Hey, welcome back to MobilityWOD. I want to talk to you about an important aspect of the kind of the MWOD thinking and programming. When we're solving through problems, we work first through setup. Is the athlete making a foundational movement error? We kind of talk about then we go to the trunk and spine. Are we broken? Are we giving away force and power there? And the third piece of this is sort of this upstream and downstream concept. And one of the things that we're always talking about is, hey, you need a force function. In engineering terms, in mechanical terms, a force function means that it forces you into a certain behavior, a certain way of thinking. So part of my force function is I'm solving problems, is that I work in upstream and downstream what the issue is. Now, behind me on the wall is these trigger point pain referral patterns, kind of popularized originally by Janet Travell. Miss Travell was physician to, I think she was the physician to Reagan, genius thinker. She wrote 2 big books about trigger points and the referral patterns in the body. Now look, you can memorize each 500-page book. You can have these beautiful illustrations, and we're in the lab of Brian McKenzie right now. He's filming on the machine. But here's the deal. You don't have to memorize this. What you have to remember is that if I'm having an area that's causing pain or causing restriction, I need to explore up, above, the tissues above it, and the tissues below it. So part of our issue is, hey, we always are cleaning up the mechanics upstream and downstream, but if I didn't know anything about your mechanics and just focus solely on your tissues right up and below, I'm always going to capture these pain referral patterns. So, for example, if I have an athlete who's gotten some, kind of junky hamstring thing, right? One of the things that we do is that this forces us to look upstream and it forces us to look downstream of the problem. And this is one of the issues that we see. So over here on the front of the quad, hip, knee, thigh, like we'll see in the back that this high hamstring area is a good example. People complain bitterly about this horrible glute, horrible thing, and look what's happened on the inside of the leg here. Here are this trigger point referral patterns to this side. Now, the key is that if you just smash the ball here, you would miss these things. But because, and bear with me, your hamstrings are attached directly to your hamstrings via your hamstrings. Can I be more clear? And so if my hamstrings insert here, if I didn't even know that they inserted there, but I just went downstream of the hamstrings, I might find some ugly pieces of hell. So take a look at this. This is what we're working on. This sort of upstream, downstream concept. You can take your ball today, and here's the deal, because this is a question I get answered a lot. Sorry, I'm dancing around. People complain of this high hamstring glute issue, and they're not exploring laterally, or they're not exploring down. They tend to look here, but we need to look on the inside of the leg. So, ball on this outside, and I want your full weight, and we're going to smash across to get into those things. Now, on the MobilityWOD, one of the things that we're fans of this contract relax model. What we hypothesize is happening when you can build peak tension, we're tricking some of the mechanisms, maybe interfusal fibers, maybe affecting the gamma efferents. We don't know. Maybe it's the Golgi tendon bodies. What we can say is that we're going to build tension in the system and be able to go through that restriction, which is a nice way to adjust this. As I come into this medial hamstring chain piece, a lot of pressure on this. I can do this sitting on a chair, but boom, I tap into something that's ugly. I contract as hard as I can, and I release, and I try to get through it. And I contract, relax until I can get to the floor. Key concept here, though, is that if you're just working on the area that hurts, you're always going to be missing the tissues that relate. So, work upstream and downstream. Don't memorize Janet Travell. Give homage to Janet Travell, but you're a much smarter athlete with a force function that says, go hunting for your dysfunction. See you guys tomorrow.
Why do I have that then?
What?